All right, guys, here's the part 3 of your tool shed. Let me fix my tools real quick. For whatever reason, they stop working correctly when I start Screencastify. All right, looks like we're good. Okay, let's take a look. This assignment, I'll break it up into 2 parts. This part 3 is the doorway and also your subfloor. I'll make 2 videos, one for each. We'll tackle the subfloor on this video. You should do that first, and then the doorway on the second video. So if you're going to do the subfloor, the first thing I'd recommend is make sure things are tagged. If we look at this one and we take away the ceiling joists, and then we take away the studs, that's what I just called all my walls, and turn off all the labels and measures, that's going to make your life easy. You really want to do your subfloor with just your floor joists visible. It's going to make your life easier. Second, notice you cannot do it if you happen to leave your studs. They cannot be overlapped inside of each other. Your subfloor is what goes on top of the ceiling or the floor joist all the way out to the very corner edge. And then all of the studs, the walls, are on top of those. So I'll show you how to do that, but you'll need to grab all the subfloor, all the floor joists, and then you can just shift everything down 3/4 of an inch. And then that way, when you add the wall studs back on, they're not inside of each other, but they're resting on top, and that's how it should look. So let's go over and do just that piece right now. So I'm here, I'm going to take away the studs, and this is what you would be starting with. You've got just a set of floor joists. I'd recommend grouping and tagging those right now. The part B video for part 2 of the tool shed, I walked through that. So if you need to figure that out, go watch that video and come back here, but I'm not going to do it again. I don't know what that is, so I'm going to get rid of that. And of course, when that happens, guys, just use your back key. All right, so we're here. First thing, go ahead and build your 2x4, or excuse me, your plywood 4x8 sheet. So I'm going to draw a rectangle, and it's 4x8, so 4 foot by 8 foot. There you go. We're going to pull that out to 3/4 of an inch thickness. Okay, so it's a 4x8 sheet, 3/4 thick. I'm going to triple click. I'm going to make it a group, and then I'm going to texture it right now. And now we've got our single piece of 4x8 plywood that we're going to start putting on there. So let's just move it and get this first sheet in place. Notice I'm always going to grab a corner. And since I'm going to put this guy down on this corner, it would be really helpful to just grab this piece right here and it'll snap too. Now I want to grab down here so it snaps to the corner. If I grab up here, I'm still going to be guessing at where to get it to land. So always grab the corner you want it to touch at. Single click, and then it makes your life really easy. When we go to put it in place, it just snaps right to, boom, done. Okay, so I've got my single sheet of plywood in place, and now I'm going to take this guy and copy him 2 more times to fill this first row. And that's really easy to do if we remember that it's an 8-foot sheet. So all we need to do is move it, do a move copy of 8 feet, and then it's right where it needs to be. So I'll just click it, start that move, replicate it, and then just type in 8 feet. A few of you are, I know a few of you over time have told me that for some reason the foot single quote line doesn't work on your keyboard, your program, your Chromebook. So in that case, just convert everything to inches. So 8 feet times 12 inches, 96 inches. So you can get the exact same effects just by typing in 96 instead of 8 feet, and you'll end up in the same place. So we hit enter, it goes over there. I'm going to double that. I'm going to do times 2. And now I've got all my sheets running across that first row. And then to finish, we just need to do a push-pull on this guy. Go inside the group of that edge and push-pull it right back to that edge corner. And there we go. We've got a sheet of plywood finished. Now notice this sheet on the left is 8 foot, the middle is 8 foot, the right-hand side is a little less than 8 foot. So now that I think about it, I'm just going to copy all of these to make my next row. And it would be better if they're all 8-footers. So I'm going to undo that last thing I just did. I'm going to move that back out. And now I'm going to copy and move all of these when I have 3 8-foot sheets, and it'll make it, I think, easier for me. So we're just going to grab that guy, shift grab those guys, and now we're just going to copy this whole set and move them over. So we're going to move them all over, copy, and again, we're going to the side 4 feet because it's a 4 by 8-foot sheet. So I'm just going to type in 4 feet, and there we go. And so this row here is in place, but not correctly. When I talk about seams, you can't have the seams going across here exactly the same. That creates a weak point all the way across. This you can't avoid. You're going to run them in line with each other this way, but all of these seams going horizontally need to be offset. So I'm going to keep copying, and then I'll just shift and move the groups as I need to. Or maybe I'll just move this group, and then we'll copy them both and finish it. That'd probably even be better. So let's take that whole group and move them up to shift them, okay? And you're going to move them up half the distance. The seams should be halfway offset. So it's 8 feet, half the distance, 4 feet. We're not copying. We're just going to use this set. So I'm just going to shift it 4 feet. Okay? So that's what you want. So now we'll push-pull this guy in and that guy if need be, and then we'll have to add one more sheet here to cover that. So we'll just grab that guy and just do a move copy, and then move it 4 feet. Actually, I'm going to move it 8 feet. So it's hanging off on the end. Okay, so now we've got it covered. Once we clean up these edges, we'll literally just copy this across and be done. Okay, so we've got the 2 and they're offset. Oops. Grab him to go in there. Go over to this side and clean those up. And then we've got our 2 sets that are offset, and we're on our way. And there we go. So now we'll just take all of these and we'll just move the whole set over. This is the beauty. If you understand copy, move, and these kind of things, it makes your life a lot easier. Now notice we're going over 4 feet and then another 4 feet to create that new set. So I'm going to go over a total of 8 feet. There's the next set. I'm going to go times 2. There's the next set, and we're done. All we need to do now is this edge piece set. We need to get all of these moved in. And just get to where you can see an edge, and there you go. Okay, so there we go. We've got the subfloor covering with staggered seams, and they're all 4 by 8 sheets, and it's cleaned up right to the edge all the way around. Don't forget to put your dimensions in here to show me it's 4 by 8, or I will return it. So just pick, you got to pick corners. So here to here, pull it out, and I don't know where the heck the 4 just went. Well, I can see it there, so we'll use it that way. And then here to here. There you go. So now we can see that. And so this is your first screenshot right here. Subfloor, seams offset, dimensions showing me the size of your plywood. Good to go. There's your first screenshot. Next video. Actually, no, we got to fix one more thing. Don't stop yet. Notice if I bring my studs back, if I haven't done the movement yet, see, that's not okay. See that double line? That means my subfloor and the plate of my walls is all occupying the same space. They're inside of each other, and we can't do that. So easy way to fix that. Just grab everything, all of your flooring that you just created, and then just do a move. Go on the bottom corner, grab it, goes straight down, which will be the blue line, or you can kind of tell it's dropping straight down, and just type 3/4. Okay. We moved it all down 3/4 because that's the thickness of our plywood. So now that that's all drifted down, there we go. Now our studs land right on top. That's how it needs to look. Make sure that your subfloor is underneath your walls, not inside of your walls. Okay, there's part one. I'm going to sign off now, and you can go to the other part to watch the door.